What if I told you the reason your body feels stiff, achy, and hard as an age? It comes down to 3 specific habits. Habits so ordinary that almost nobody suspects them.
And the worst part? Quietly tightening your muscles, compressing your joints, until movement becomes a physical challenge.
Stay with me for the next 10 minutes because what you're about to learn could be the single most important shift you make for your body this year. Before we get into the habits, I need to clear up one of the biggest misconceptions in the senior fitness world, and it's costing people years of healthy movement. Most people think losing mobility is the same as losing flexibility. It is not. Flexibility is how far a muscle can stretch. Mobility is how well you can use that range of motion under load, in real life, while your body is actually doing something. You can be somewhat flexible and still have terrible mobility. And that's exactly what happens to most adults after 40, because the habits we're talking about today don't just tighten muscles. They change how your nervous system patterns movement. They alter your posture at the structural level, and they progressively reduce the functional range of motion you use every single day. The good news: the nervous system is plastic. It rewires. Muscles respond to the right stimulus at any age, and joints that have been compressed and neglected for years can regain space and function if you know what you're dealing with. So let's deal with it. Habit number 1, prolonged, unbroken sitting. Now, I know what you're thinking, I've heard this before. But here's what most people haven't heard, and what makes this habit so destructive at a biological level. When you sit for extended periods, something called adaptive shortening begins in your hip flexors, the muscles that connect your lower spine to your thigh. These muscles are not designed to be in a shortened, contracted position for hours at a time. But when they are consistently, daily, for months and years, they literally remodel. The muscle fibers become shorter, the connective tissue thickens around them, and your brain begins to accept this reduced range as your new normal. This is not a gym problem. This is a nervous system problem, and the downstream effects are staggering. But here's the part that almost nobody talks about. Sitting also deactivates your glutes, the most powerful muscles in your body. When you sit for hours, your glutes learn to switch off. Researchers call this gluteal amnesia, and yes, that's a real clinical term. Your glutes literally forget how to fire properly. And without powerful glutes, your knees, back, and hips take over loads they were never designed to handle. So what do? The fix is not complicated, but it requires intention. Every 30 to 45 minutes of sitting, stand up and do what movement scientists call a mobility reset. You don't need to exercise, you just need to counteract the position. Stand in a hip flexor lunge for 30 seconds per side. Do 10 slow glute bridges on the floor, or even just stand and walk briskly for 2 minutes. The rule is simple. Your body becomes what it repeats. Give it variety, give it movement, and habit number 1 loses its power over you. Let's move to number 2, and this one surprises people every time. The second hidden daily habit destroying your mobility is shallow, chest-dominant breathing. Most adults, especially those who sit for long periods and deal with any level of daily stress, which is virtually everyone over 40, breathe primarily from the top of their chest. Short, shallow cycles that never fully engage the diaphragm. Here's why this matters for mobility in a way that goes far deeper than most people realize. Your diaphragm is not just a breathing muscle. It is a postural muscle. It sits at the center of your core, physically attached to your lower spine at the lumbar vertebrae. When your diaphragm is weak, underused, and chronically tight, and chronic chest breathing causes exactly this, your entire core loses stability. And when your core loses stability, here's what your body does. It compensates by gripping. Your hip flexors tighten to stabilize the pelvis. Your thoracic spine, the mid-back, locks down to protect your trunk. Your shoulders round inward as your chest muscles try to assist with every shallow breath. And the rib cage itself becomes restricted, reducing the rotational mobility of your thoracic spine. Do you know what thoracic mobility controls? Virtually every upper body movement you rely on. Reaching overhead, turning your head to look behind you, rotating while you walk, swinging a golf club, hugging someone fully without pain or restriction. When your thoracic spine stiffens and shallow breathing is one of its primary drivers, the body steals that mobility from somewhere else, usually the lumbar spine or the neck, which is why so many people over 50 have both low back and neck issues simultaneously. Here's a simple test right now. Take a breath, a normal one, the way you usually breathe. Did your chest rise first? Did your shoulders lift slightly? Did your belly stay flat or even pull in? If yes, you are a chest breather, and your mobility is paying the price every single day. The fix: learn diaphragmatic breathing, also called belly breathing, and practice it deliberately. Place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. When you inhale, the belly should rise first, the chest follows, the shoulders stay down. When you exhale, the belly falls, and you squeeze out the last bit of air with a gentle contraction of the deep core. Practice this for just 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes before bed. Not as a relaxation exercise, as a mobility exercise. When your diaphragm moves fully with every breath, it massages the lumbar spine from the inside. It activates the deep core stabilizers. It releases the rib cage. And it directly improves your thoracic rotation, which means your upper body starts moving the way it was designed to. Most people who do this consistently for 2 weeks report that their back feels freer, their shoulders sit differently, and they're standing taller without trying to. Habit number 3, moving exclusively in one plane of motion every single day. Let me explain what that means, because this concept transforms the way you understand mobility forever. Your body has 3 planes of movement: the sagittal plane forward and backward, the frontal plane side to side, and the transverse plane rotation. Now think about your average day. You wake up, you walk forward to the bathroom. You sit down and stand up sagittal. You walk to the kitchen sagittal. You drive to somewhere sagittal. You walk from the car to the store sagittal. You come home, sit on the couch, watch TV sagittal. When do you move sideways? When do you rotate fully? When do you reach diagonally, step laterally, or move in any direction other than straight ahead? For most adults over 40, almost never. And here is the brutal biological consequence of this. Your joints literally lose the ability to move in ranges you stop using. This is called the SAID principle, specific adaptation to impose demands. Your body adapts to exactly what you do. Nothing more, nothing less. But here is where it gets really interesting and a little uncomfortable. The movement pattern trap accelerates after 40 because life genuinely does narrow. You stop playing sports. You stop dancing. You stop getting on the floor with kids. You stop doing the spontaneous, varied physical activities that naturally exposed your joints to multiple planes of motion, and nobody replaces them intentionally. So the fix here is not a complicated exercise program. It is deliberate movement variety. Start adding lateral movements to your day. Step sideways when you're in the kitchen. Do a few side lunges when you stand up from your chair. Add a simple hip rotation drill stand with feet shoulder-width apart, hands on your hips, and slowly draw large circles with your pelvis. The goal is simple. Every day, your joints should experience all 3 planes of motion: forward, backward, side to side, and rotation. If you do nothing else from this video, make that one commitment and your body will thank you within days. I have one question for you, and I genuinely want to see your answer in the comments below. Which of these 3 habits hit closest to home for you? Was it the sitting, the breathing, or the movement pattern trap? Drop a number 1, 2, or 3 in the comments right now. You'll be surprised how many people share the same one. And honestly, seeing those numbers helps us know exactly what to cover next for you. And if someone you know is dealing with stiffness, soreness, or that frustrating feeling that their body isn't moving the way it used to, please share this with them. One video can change the way someone treats their body for the rest of their life. If this video gave you even one thing that changes how you move today, Hit that like button. It genuinely helps us reach more people who need this information. Subscribe. If you haven't already, we publish every week on mobility, strength, and longevity for real people over 40. Practical, evidence-based, and no nonsense. I'll see you there.